Another and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. You guys are tuned in at Northeast Online Qualifiers. This will be another good day for us. We are back again at round one and day two. We are bringing you the best of the best teams, and you guys are tuned in at the best of the biggest Mobile Legends 5v5 tournaments. And with that, this is Peachy, your host, and I will be introducing the casters for the today, the match one, Linville and Crux. How are you guys?
What's
It's a
going on,
great.
everybody in the audience there? Indeed, me, myself, and Crux here. We're going to be casting the match for the first game. It's going to be Best or Bust versus Future We Trust. And, the first round, going to start us off strong. Maybe here going into the game, probably has a lot of expectations, especially since these two teams are from Megalia. We've seen yesterday Megalia, how they played, and Mario Gang was like absolutely crazy. I believe so. Might have gotten wrong with that, but yeah, Crux. How are you having a great day? I mean, are you having a great day, mate? I think this is going to be your first time casting in the Northeast Cup. So, how are you feeling?
I'm kind of nervous actually, but to be fair, this is all how it starts. And again, yesterday's matches, like you said, Megalia was intensely strong.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, I expect way better this time. I'm in for like the long run at this point.
indeed. But yeah, I think we'll probably be going into the draft a little bit. So for now, Peachy, you want to say anything to these two teams, at least before we start off the cues?
Yes, Linville. I do believe both of the teams are strong enough, and but fortunately, this is MOBA 5v5. As we all
Yeah.
know that there's only going to be one winner. So let's just see who is going to be. But before that, don't forget to download MOBA 5v5 because you guys can get a lot of free skins, and there are multiple events going on right now. The Dugati events is up as well, so do make sure you are participating. With that, let's dive into the draft. Crux and Linville.
Indeed. Oh, yeah. And just one last point before that, ladies and gentlemen, registrations are still open. So any teams that wants to join the tourney, you can sign up for it and maybe stand a chance. I think around 512 teams are the max limit. But yeah, also one more side note, if you didn't know, there's going to be an online phase and a LAN phase for this tournament. The top four will be going to the LAN phase. But for now, we're in the online phase and we're going to go into the draft. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Okay, so now that the match has started, what do you think is gonna be the best pick, best band? What's your opinions on the current meta?
Okay, so there are a lot of good heroes right now in the meta, especially at least in this current tournament draft standard. A lot of teams tend to offer a good XP laner as a start, especially if you're in the blue side. If you're in the red side, you take a snowball pick with either a meta hero in the sense of like if you go for a assassin route, you tend to take, I think, Vixana or some other XP laner that's very competent, like, for example, the Ruby that just got banned off. But yeah, in this case, I think either teams will be going off of the standard normal bans here, like the Alice alongside. Although Edith was pretty popular yesterday in the first phase of the tournament, a lot of teams looking out for that, and especially the Mincetar here being a huge counter to a lot of assassins might be, banned off.
To be fair, nowadays I don't even see any of those gold lane heroes, the old OG
Ooh,
marksman playing the gold lane anymore. So again, it's all the gold lane heroes that's going to get banned this time. We see a Ruby,
yeah.
pretty dominant presence in the gold lane. Well, it's because he always freezes the lane. It's so hard to deal with him, unless, of course, you have a Clint. And, well, that's pretty much all it. Alice, Lunux,
Hmm.
I think these are honest bans. Like, everyone's afraid of them. If you have an Alice and an Angela on your team, it's decimation.
Yeah.
I've seen a pro match, like, I think it was the FPL,
Hmm.
where there was, like,
Indeed.
Gatot, an Alice, an Angela as the roam. I think it was Yves and a I forgot which hyper, but I think it was Nolan. But that damage, the sustain, it was impossible to deal with. Like No, it was not a
Indeed.
no. It was an alpha. It was such a decimating
Oh,
match. It was just a snowball throughout the game. Like, damn.
yep.
And then again, all that aside, the sustain, the gold lane meta aside, we have Su Yu getting banned. Pretty strong hero. That first skill gives that intense, no, not intense. That one instant of immunity.
Indeed.
Well, I've literally avoided Harley's ultimate just by using the first skill. Zushin, a pretty common ban. Well, not in the pro scene, but in every ranked game, nobody wants to be like played around like he was a basketball. Talking about basketball, the
Indeed.
NBA star Phovius gets banned. What's your thoughts
Yeah.
on this?
Very strong bans coming in from both teams, but this does leave certain heroes open, like namely the Hylos, the Evid, and even the Arlot here in some scenarios are taken up by these teams here. And you know what the difference is? Like earlier you mentioned, these huge tanky frontliners who also deal a lot of damage, like the Angela and Alice combo. You can get the anti-heal item at some point, but by that time it's already 5 minutes into the game, and that early team fight, usually if a lot of teams tend to risk a lot of resources in that, and if you lose that one, that the flow of teams usually tend to downdraft. But I'd say it all in all, it's just in the game, the mindset. But this is a qualifier round, so it's going to be a best of one, and they do need to pull their best for this situation. If you get knocked out early on, it's going to be Jover. But for now, Lord Kaido picking up that chip.
Lord Kaido picking up that chip is only going to mean one thing. It's going to be the Avengers Endgame moment where Doctor Strange comes up, brings a bunch of portals, brings out all of his allies, and damn, it's just going to be a massacre right there. Unless, of course,
Indeed.
Team they actually take Carmilla to counter that. Now that's going to be a really good option, especially with the chip immobilized. Chip just got an immobilize on the ultimate, by the way. It's intense. Like imagine you're not just slowed anymore; you're immobilized. The moment that that ultimate reaches the pinnacle of its range, you're just stuck there. It's like a free Belleric ult. I don't know how to put that, but yeah, it's intensely strong. Well, then again, we see a Khalid. Khalid really strong as always.
Yep.
Experience lane, he can just pop up. I don't think he even needs a chip portal. Doesn't need a shortcut from chip. He's just gonna be everywhere anyway. And again, an Aurora. Imagine her coming
Ooh.
out of that portal using the frigid glacier. Bam! It's just
Yeah.
gonna be a like it's gonna be decimation all over.
And there's going to be a lot of damage, a lot of crowd control abilities, very meta heroes coming in from the blue side. Meanwhile, red team here with Strong Ling and the Harriet, as well as the Valentina here, possibly could copy the Chips portal in those scenarios. I guess you'd have an entire, yeah, as you mentioned, Avengers Assemble versus Thanos scene here. Thanos, maybe, I don't know, being which hero in this case, but we are on to the second draft ban here for this red team. Going to ban off the Hayabusa in this scenario. And it is quite understandable since, you know, Hayabusa against Ling, usually they go toe to toe, like in this meta for that. And looking at both drafts, you take a look at blue team. They don't have their jungler, they don't have their goal laner. Ban's already on the jungler here. The Haya could go for a Nolan ban. In this case, though, red team side, Roamer required and an XP laner, Camilla, precise ban coming in, and maybe even a Claude ban in this might work out. I'm not sure. What do you think,
Well,
Crux?
to be fair, I expected that
Yeah.
Carmela to get banned to actually counter that chip completely. I'm not gonna lie, the only other tank or roamer that could actually completely counter that chip gameplay is Matilda,
Hmm.
because Matilda can actually
Yeah.
give that immense amount of mobility to the team. But I don't think with a Harriet, Ling, and Valentina, I don't think they need a like Matilda. You get the idea. The only thing
Yeah.
that they actually need right now is a very, very strong initiator. But so does the blue team. So they ban
Ooh.
Mincetar because all of that mobility onto the red team, the Ling, the Harriet, the Valentina, they can honestly be countered by that easy, easy, easy gold lane pick from the Mincetar. They're not going to take any chances. They're just going to be like, yeah, go to the ban section. Bye bye. We're not having you ruining our game this time.
Yep, indeed. But even if you take the King's Calling with the Valentina, at that case it's just 50-50 because the King's Calling is a dash also to activate. It's difficult. Arlet here coming off with a ban also. Quite understandable. Arlet against the Khalid, sort of like a 50-50 until it gets abilities. And Arlet sort of wins the trade and prevents Khalid from roaming that frequently, which is the plus point in having a Khalid. You do have the passive for being almost everywhere around the map, as you did mention, with the chip is quite feasible. But oof, we have certified Big D here with the Tigreal. It's gonna be quite powerful in those team fights, especially if everyone comes through the portal. I think he just could camp that spot.
To be fair, I expect that Valentina to copy that Frigid Glacier every single time. It's always going to be 777's ultimate being stolen instantly the moment that he sees been seen on the map. Valentina's just going to come there. Frigid Glacier, ta-ta, bye-bye. It's honestly going to be Chip engaging, Tigreal following up, Valentina following up, and maybe an Aurora following up. But I don't think they actually would be able to because Bling will always be on that Valentina. Aurora. Then again, a Bane
Yeah.
jungle. Do we see that?
Oof. Yeah, a lot of crowd control abilities here coming from blue side, especially with Nom Nom on the Argus. That's quite unconventional here. XP laner from red team could be huge in this case. Wait, no, Nom Nom's on the goal lane. Hang on. Argus versus Harriet. This is going to be quite something, I'd say. The red team, though, hovering over the rod possibility, a lot of choices. Still, what's open in the meta pick right now for XP laner? Maybe the Dragon Yuzhong here could be a viable option. Still hard to position though. But Edo here is gonna lock in that show. I'm interested to see some kicks here to be delivered towards the side of the red team, towards the side of the blue team. But Crux, before that, which lineup do you think has the best opportunity to win this game?
I'm going to go against all of my moral code and gonna say red team has the advantage, even though, to be fair, not everyone knows this, but Argus is my main hero. I have like
Oh,
1 within 78% win rate. I play that guy religiously. Religiously is doesn't cut it. But yeah, I play him so religiously. I want to support the blue team, but no, I'm just
yeah.
gonna put my faith in the blue team,
Oh,
right,
no.
the red team right now.
Well, you're betraying all the August mates out there, but yeah, gotta wait out for. Yeah, gotta wait out and see what the scenario unfolds here for both teams. Still loading in the draft though, so looking at both the spells also, it's looking pretty balanced. But we are on to the land of down, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams marching down the lanes. Possibly could have a fast rotation here coming from blue side onto the blue buff. And meanwhile, the red side here, red buff starting off, I guess, gonna meet up in the goal lane. Although August versus Harry is gonna be quite interesting as well as this Khalid versus Cho. Cho going for an early cut. Edo, no, never mind, giving a vision here and taking care of the rest of the rotations here. Not going to go back forward though. Khalid here going to get spotted out. Chip also engaging, not going to find anyone. And both teams, I guess, just going to wait for the levels to set up.
To be fair, they actually need to. A Tigreal rotating to the top lane to take that Khalid might actually result in nothing. But let's see. Because Chip and Aurora are giving vision onto the
Ooh,
blue buff on the enemy side. Like I said,
yeah.
Khalid is going to tank that like a champ, gonna escape. There's not much to see here when that dude is picking the most strongest fighter on the EXP lane right now, at least on the professional scene. And again, credits to Frito because of his amazing gameplay on the Khalid that one match, the Masters tournament.
Indeed. I think it's still in the live though. You guys can check that out if you want to. But for now, red team here rotates coming out in bot lane. Gonna get spotted out. Tigreal. Bane has the level 4 low. Kaira wants to go in. Doesn't find an opportunity there. This is the problem with the initiation. Neon here a little bit on range. Not gonna be able to sustain there. Goes back forward. 777. Low on HP. Has to wait for the rest of his team. Khalid is here with the rotations there. Doesn't look like red team wants to go on the engage. Tigreal on the bot line still. And the turtle gonna be spawning up, but Tigreal here going on aggression with the Argus, and Harriet does have the Chrono Dash, tries to go in. Nom Nom so low on HP, still surviving. How is he still alive? Very unfortunate. Chip here coming to the re-engage though. Turtle gonna be started off by Leng here, and BM with the ready on the go, or the retribution. Gonna get spotting out Lord Kaido here as Joe Edo is still in the top lane being zoned out. The rest of the blue team here, blue team walking on forward. Let's go with the flicker. Kaido getting kill on towards Devil here. The first of the kills towards the side of the blue team.
Yes, sir. If you noticed, Cho and Khalid both are actually engaging onto the turtle fights, taking initiative for the team. But Tigreal, when he went to actually gank the Argus, he made a fatal mistake because the turtle was up, and that was not a good chance for them to actually trade in one kill for one turtle. And again, we saw insane gameplay from Khalid. Well, Frito would be proud. And Chip is trying to zone out.
Indeed.
Chip is trying not zone out, give vision onto the Ling. The Ling escaped
Yep.
with a sliver of HP, by the way. That was intensely
Oof.
accurate timing. It was so perfect. I would say, if at all you had any bit more bad timing than this Ling, you're not going to cut it in the professional scene, guys. Megalia for the win.
And the Besser Bus starting off very strong with the turtle and the first kill. Future we trust there. Trying to go in for the bot lane side, but August here playing it passively, knows his limits, does have the level 5 there on the go ready to forwards. And Lord Kaido is also here, but diving a ticker is almost difficult in this scenario. As NBM instead rotates over the top lane here, Chip Polo getting popped up, and here comes the Tempest of Blades, but not going to find any Nom Nom here, diving in, very aggressive. Edo also once again, and the Deadly Catch is also being released here, and the kill gonna go towards Voice get cancelled. Fredo is in the stand lines here praising this Khalid as NBM falls another down once again. 2 kills for Besser Bus as the turtle spawns.
Yep. And Harriet got a bit of the gold shield from the tower. And again, both the fighters, Lead and Cho, go for the Thunderbelt. That's intensely questionable, Cho. I don't know. For Cho, I play Cho and I only build damage. I think I might actually be the underlying, troll that goes around killing people with a one-hit
Yep.
build. But yeah, the team fight in the turtle area is going to start right now. Hopefully, I see the Ling stealing the turtle. But
Indeed.
Tigreal doing a good job.
Oof, and BMW going to get spotted out. Plimps of Blades coming up very early on, and that's the flicker combo by Valentina. Lord Kaido though gets the retribution and the kill onto us, and BM as Khalid gets a double kill onto Misery and Devil as the rest of Team Future We Trust falls back. 2 members left, CBD and Edo on the mid lane here. Blue buff also being invaded. Lord Kaido diving into the blue buff and gonna push forwards to the bot lane side here as Nom Nom takes down the turret. Future we trust not looking that great right now as Besser Bus is about to bus, I guess. Yeah.
To be fair, their future seems a little bleak right now because that Khalid, the Frito fan, is right there to actually assert the dominance, even though the Tigreal got that Bane. Chip almost escaping with a sliver, like half of his HP. Gets pulled in with a Sacred Hammer, but it's all alright because Chip can run away in an instant. Then again, back to that whole team fight. Going to be honest with you, even though Tigreal got in that implosion onto the Bane, that Khalid's engage with his ultimate just put that nail in the coffin for the Ling and the Harriet because honestly, that was such a well-timed flicker ultimate. I cannot begin to express how impressed I am.
Indeed. We might just see one here in the top lane side, although Khalid try to go in, zone out the rest of the side FWT. As Besser Bus here taking control over the top side here. Cho Edo all alone, not surprised here. Might get ganked on by the rest of team BRB, but trying to go in. Khalid here spotting out in the bush. Trying to go in, but the cat's cancelled by the Deadly Catch, and Khalid also goes for an unorthodox combo there, and instead there's going to be reverse carded by the rest of the team. FWT has shut down by the Tigre. Onto that, Jikundo coming in with the Dragon as well. Fishery here getting a kill onto Kaira as Polo. Everyone's here. Avengers are ready as the rest of the team BOB backs off forwards. But FWT here getting 2 kills, not going to commit fully after that team fight.
Of course not, because that implosion, even though it was canceled by the deadly catch, it was a nail in the coffin for the Bane. A chip goes he's down. He goes down for the count. Insane gameplay from Ling and Harriet chasing him with all those dashes. Chip had no chance, even if he had to run. Would they be able to get the turtle this time? Because they have lost 2 turtles all this match.
And the implosion there coming in and perfectly landed with a combo as well as the blades dropped in with the clean. But the rest of the team, FWT here, not be able to fully commit. NBM does get the kill onto 777 though. However, 2 kills forwards, 2 wires get cancelled. This Khalid is quite a menace to FWT as he's able to, he's just so tanky and he just does so much damage.
It was a 2 for 3. It was such a okay. It was such a good team fight. I was trying to keep up. I did keep up, but it was so interesting not to actually see the fact that Ling almost escaped from the Argus. I wanted the Argus to get that kill, but he got the assist because Khalid wanted that triple kill, and he got the triple kill. Show kicking him into the tower with the Way of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Khalid has no chance to escape
Clean.
that. Gets caught with such a basic combo without even the flicker. I'm going to be honest with you. How do you expect to be caught without a flicker on the show?
Well, slightly underestimated, maybe. I don't know. Caught in the middle of nowhere here. 4 members of BOB ready here for the revenge. Deadly catch, though, not going to be landing. Instead, turret's going to be prioritized. No, does finish it off with the deadly catch as well. Their FWT here going for a split instead. 3-1-1 composition. Harriet here in the middle lane was Ling. Does get the bottling turret, though. Lord Kaido zoning off. Trying to go for the Tigger, perhaps now getting the lethal in this case. And the rest of the members here looking for an engage, possibly. Might just go on to the ship. No, gonna dashing out quite in an instance there. CVD not going to be fully committing. Does look for the big implosion. Perhaps there, Khalid might just be catching Cho here. No, doesn't go for it. And the rest of team FWT trying to go in. No, Lord is going to be spawning in a matter of few seconds.
Well, from a 19,000 to 15,000 gold difference, they actually caught up, and it's just a 1,000 gold difference. The team on the red side, I'm actually rooting for you. Try a little bit more into that team fights. The Valentina has so much value. I would say he's bringing in the value without any shadow of the doubt. But there is also that tower difference. But Argus barely escaped with that demonic arm. He barely escapes that implosion combo from that 3 people. I'm going to be honest with you. Even if the pushing is going on, Bane can't really do much. He gets caught.
But NBM here trying to go in and gets the kill. A lot of damage coming in. 3 members committed fully though, FWT here. Khalid trying to get a trade-off, but it's a bit too late. Just might get caught in a stray bullet. The rest of members, FWT, trying to go in perhaps 5v4 right now. Turtle spawning in. Rest of the members of BOB are prepared. Edo going to be the first one to scout it out. Trying to go and get the Aurora, but flickers out. Chip is going to be alone here. Trying to deal a bit of damage with the Chrono Dashes. Harriet there. Small Force still active. Does destroy the portal. Rest of the members of BOB here trying to re-engage. Perhaps, never mind. 3 of them are present. August, they're going to go for a split push in this scenario. The lead is struggling a little bit. A lot of Crocodile Billy is coming in, and NBM going to shred him down. There comes the Tempest of Blades. Aurora passive going to be proccing it, but gets taken down once again. As Lord Kaido being the only frontliner here. Chip trying to provide a bit of support. Definitely does go down to that case, but NBM finish off Lord Kaido. It's only the Chip left, and NBM trying to go for damage. No, never mind. Goes back for healing up forwards. Nom is here with the re-engage for BOB, and it's only a Tigreal tries to go in. Nom does still have the ultimate intact and gonna get a retribution. No, not being committed. It's still in the cooldown. Does get the. Oh, wait, he doesn't get the red buff. Oh.
damage from that retribution, like when you pick retribution, every instance of time that ticks, you get damage onto the buff that you hit. That is what got the Ling the red buff, even though Argus and Chip were actually breaking into his home, taking the red buff as hostage. But then again, we can all see that Harrieth, I'm gonna be honest with you, had such a bad time in that fight, the fight before, where he
Yeah.
got caught in the frigid glacier in the Zaman Force. But then, too, the deadly catch from the other side, he couldn't do anything. I felt so bad for him. Now they've caught up in terms of farm, and they have a 200 gold lead. If you're
And the
hoping it,
CVD trying to go in here. Does go with the flicker implosion effect. As well as the frigid glacier. Misery getting the revenge kill onto 777 there with Dragon Bottom dropped out on towards the Khalid, but he flickers out of danger here. As August Nom Nom solo on HP has to force back. Two members of BOB here present. Low Kaido trying to finish off the Harriet, and it's going to be successful in doing so. Misery taking down 2 for 2. Both members ready to engage again, but it's just going to be NBM, fourth side of the FWT. As Nom Nom once again dashes up forward, tries to finish him off, but the mobility from the Ling allows him to escape. So Lord going to be started off the by the side of UAB here. Enhanced Lord might add Retribution. Not going to be ready yet to be rushed for this Lord. Edo here being chunked down a little bit. Does use the flicker to try to connect, but not going to find anything. NBM also. Kaido here with the deadly catch. Lord with the 1 bar of HP. Implosion coming in with the Tempest of Blaze. And NBM is going to finish off the Lord as shut down though. As BOB gets 3 kills in the trade process. Well, FWT does get the Lord in that scenario.
well, even if a Luminous Lord is lost, the enemies on the red team don't really have a chance to push it because Argus is right there to take it down. And Chip engages on the Harriet using the shortcut. Do you think everyone's going to come in?
Perhaps no. I mean, they are already present in that part of the map, but I believe that was a bit of an aggression to sort of get Misery in that case. But Devil here being chunked down a little bit. Turret going to be taken down by Lord Kaido there. POB. Resident members still present on the aggression. Has to clear out these enhanced minions from both sides. As Khalid here instead goes for a top lane push, not be answered by FWT. Most of them are present in the bot lane. They're going to be rotating off early on. Conceal, I think, still in cooldown here. Tigreal trying to go in there. Flicker, ready. Conceal impact. But the Deadly Cash pushes him back forwards. Tigreal trying to go in, but so low in HP. Has to force the Flicker here to escape. As the Frigid Glacier does come out. Show also trying to find a pick somewhere else, but not going to be connecting. As both members here are just tussling, just trading off skills for skills, and there's not really any kills happening.
To be fair, I would expect the Valentina to copy the Deadly Catch. Now, Deadly Catch has a high scaling onto the magic side, by the way, just so people don't realize how dangerous that is as a magic damage build. Just decimates teams. Imagine a Valentina just popping her ultimate that is a Deadly Catch copied. I am you copying the Deadly Catch, and then coming in with the engage on the not Valentina, the Aurora.
Yeah.
That will be an instant death sentence for them.
Indeed, especially since most of the members of FWT here are going to be struggling a lot, though. Never mind, Implosion coming in, 2 members being caught here. Varus as normal gets clean off the board, though. The flicker with the Dragon not going to commit fully. Though she's going to get frozen. 3 glaciers are coming in. Low Kaido solo on HP. NBM does get a double kill over that trade. Portal also still present, but it's just got 777 and Venzir left as Venzir is lost and going to be taken down by Misery to the healthcare center as FWT here getting a clean 4-for-0 trade-off.
That was hard to watch. I'm gonna be honest with you. Argus didn't even have time to actually, pop his ultimate. The Eternal Evil was not even used in that team fight. But because of that 4-for-0, they actually are able to take down 2 of the mid lane towers with ease, absolute ease. Aurora popping that complete freeze onto the Tigreal, hoping maybe Tigreal actually would get caught by the Argus, but nope, that's not gonna happen.
Yep. BOB here, trying to stall off some engages, has to maybe focus on these crucial damage dealers. Instead, slightly difficult with Edo being there and BM there. Gonna get the Lord in that case. Lord Kaido being caught off there. Gonna have an implosion landed on two members of BOB here. Link trying to go in with the Tempest of Blades. Not gonna find a dash though. ZZZ still alive. Never mind. Gets taken down. Killing spree for him. Double Kaido as well taken down. But that's a revenge trade of Virus still in the front lines trying to survive with Nom Nom. Dealing a bit of damage onto Devi. Yes, he does get a trade off. And it's just CBD left. Chip cancelling out the recall. And this has been happening again and again. Future WT here not being able to close it up. And instead, CBD has to force to be back as the Lord is pushing down the mid lane turret. Though if they're not on time, could be in a bit of trouble. No, Minion's going to be spawning in perhaps here. Nom Nom is here with the clearance, trying to chunk it down, and we'll be able to do so. That's another Luminous Lord. Can't waste what's our future we trust.
Um, Luminous Lord, I don't think has any value. He's just going down without even pushing one tower. I don't think the red team should actually be taking Luminous Lord because the moment that they actually took Luminous Lord, Lang's buff might get stolen. But no, he has to pop in the Retribution to secure it. That was a good move. Khalid gets caught off guard by the Harriet Zaman Force. Could not do anything with the Sand Veil, was totally wasted. It's alright because in the end of the day, four people are there to defend, and all of them have insane ultimates. Tigreal doesn't have flicker. His flicker is on cooldown, so there's not going to
Yep.
be an insane, game-changing game ultimate from his side. But that's okay because they're able to pick off one tower by a one. That's all in the match's plan. It's all going according to plan. Chip
Oh,
is in trouble.
Benji here. Yeah, stuck a little bit. NBM gonna take him down there. Four members of FWT there present perfectly. It's just two of them left here. Three members of Team BOB trying to defend these turrets and inhibitors. Only 1% left there. Lord is gonna be spawning in for stat. There are four members. Try and go for engage, possibly. Now denying some space here in the jungle. Lord is going to be swelling in. I do have some time. I think it's a little bit stale right now. Edo there, trying to reinforce onto us. The Argus here. Nom Nom has to force back and dash out of the danger situation. Misery, they're going to clean up the turret. All inhibitors gone for the side of BOB.
It was such a one-sided match in the starting. The team that did the best is now on the losing side. Right now, the blue buff has been taken and the little creep has been left behind so that it doesn't reset. Bane is having a hard time because of how good they're all playing. I'm not gonna lie, all the towers. I expected the team to be able to completely decimate the red side's map. I thought the red side would not have any towers because the advantage of towers. Wait, they had
But
six
yeah,
towers, while the enemy team, the red team,
for
had
unfortunate for Vinci, he is caught in the middle of nowhere. Mortality also being used, but it's just five members of FWT present there. Deadly Catch also committed, and then there's the way of the dragon there, kicks Bane off in the back line, and Misery finish off the kill here, and August still alive, but not be able to damage or survive in that space. Tries to dash us out, but not gonna be finding that. Misery here cleaning up shop where the cockroach abilities from Edo just being landed perfectly on point. NBM is here with the re-engage, trying to do a bit of damage on the turret here. 777 as well, but the Chiku no flicker causes disruptions just enough for the rest of the FWT to get double kills here onto Virus as the inhibitor gets destroyed. And future weak trust will be moving on to the next phase of the tournament.
Victory!
to be fair, that was such an exciting match. I was hoping that the Argus was winning. I can't lie. I wanted BOB to actually do something, but it's alright. Because in the end of the day, winners will be winners, and well, Arguses will be Arguses. Tears running down my face, but it's alright.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. But indeed, that was quite a turn of events there. BOB taking the early game snowball, as you did mention earlier, but they didn't do anything with that phase, especially, since you do struggle a lot. You have the crowd control abilities with the Aurora's Frigid Glacier and the Bane's Deadly Catch. Even the chip Sportal here sometimes works in those scenarios, but it's the damage dealers here for the early game aren't that quite precedent as they have the Cho's crowd control abilities and the Tigre's Sacred Hammer or Implosion just was too much for the side of BOB to handle, especially in those grouped up team fights here, where the advantage is towards Future We Trust, at least in the surprise effect with the flickers. But yeah, unfortunately, BOB taking loss on that round there. Looking a bit on the stats and itemization here for both teams. For that, though, PG's waiting for us, guys. He's back here. And yeah, we'll have to take a look at that together. PG, how do you like them and how do you enjoy the match? Uh, PG, your audio.
Am I audible right now?
Yes.
Okay, so that was quite an exciting match, I have to say, because the chip that Argus and in future we trust they actually managed to pick up the aggression to themselves. That was the biggest thing that they actually shown us into this match.
Indeed. And there's engages here, perfect implosions with the flicker. Especially, Chip got caught off so many times in those important team fights. The frontliner being majority the chip, just, it was too much for BOB to handle, it always being down one man. I think August in a lot of scenarios did go for split push instead of those team fights, which did cause a lot of problems later on. So,
To be fair, I would say the only counter to a Tigreal would either no, not only would be either a Diggy or an Akai. Because I've seen dads and sons play Akai and completely make Tigreal like I can't even imagine Akai being a hero that could actually completely make Tigreal useless because Tigreal is the only hero with the CC, the crowd control ability, rated by Mobile Legends as a complete 10.
yep.
Now that's a complete 10, guys. Complete 10. He has all skill CC. He was completely negated, completely turned useless by an Akai. Come on, guys, you gotta try Akai.
Indeed, very much agreed. Well, yeah, I think that'll be all for the first game of today here in the Northeast Cup. There, it was best or bust versus Future We Trust, and representing the state of Mongolia, Future We Trust moving on to the next round. And I think we have more matches to come in the following timeline. But yep, we'll probably be back after a short break. But you have anything to say, guys, before we go?